Florida is known for its sunshine and beaches, but behind the beauty lies a dark and haunted side. The state is filled with ghostly tales, mysterious old buildings, and eerie cemeteries where restless spirits are said to roam. From haunted hotels to abandoned asylums, every corner of Florida hides chilling stories of the past. These haunted places attract ghost hunters and thrill seekers who want to explore the state's most terrifying paranormal sites. Now we will visit the most haunted places in Florida. Number 1. Koreshan State Park. Deep within the heart of Estero, Florida, lies Koreshan State Park, a peaceful yet eerily haunted reminder of a forgotten utopian dream. Once home to the Koreshan Unity, a strange religious community founded in the late 1800s by Cyrus Teed, the park now stands as one of Florida's most haunted places. Teed and his followers believed the earth was hollow, and that they lived inside it. Today, only decaying buildings, silent trees, and ghostly whispers remain where hundreds once lived, worked, and prayed. Many visitors claim to feel a sudden chill near Cyrus Teed's old house. Some report seeing his ghostly figure walking toward the river at dusk, carrying a lantern, as if searching for his lost followers. His spirit is said to linger because he believed he would rise from the dead, but never did. Another story tells of a woman's ghost seen near the bamboo trails. She was once a devoted follower who mysteriously drowned in the Estero River. Campers hear soft sobbing and the sound of wet footsteps along the riverbank late at night. In the Planetary Court building, where Koreshan women once ruled the community, the sound of old typewriters and women's voices are often heard, though no one is there. Paranormal teams have recorded faint laughter and footsteps echoing through empty hallways. The art hall is also haunted. Visitors report hearing organ music playing by itself, the same melodies once performed by Koreshan musicians long ago. Near the old cemetery, glowing orbs float between the graves. Locals believe these lights are the restless souls of followers who refuse to leave even after death. And deep in the forest, some claim to see shadowy figures performing silent rituals, reliving their faith forever beneath Florida's moonlit skies. Today, Koreshan State Park stands as a mysterious blend of history and haunting, where the dreams of the past still echo through the wind, and the spirits of the Koreshan community continue to walk among the living. Number 2. Key West Cemetery. In the heart of Key West, beneath swaying palm trees and bright sunshine, lies the eerie Key West Cemetery, one of the most haunted places in Florida. Established in 1847 after a hurricane destroyed the original graveyard, it holds nearly 100,000 souls, more than the island's living population. Though beautiful by day, the cemetery becomes a chilling place after sunset, where whispers, shadows, and restless spirits tell their haunting stories. One of the most famous ghosts is Martha Bubba Roberts, whose grave reads, "I told you I was sick." Locals say her sarcastic spirit still lingers, whispering and laughing near her tombstone at night. Many visitors claim to hear her voice mocking those who dare to laugh at her epitaph. Another terrifying story is of Captain Thomas Shubrick, a former sailor known for his temper. His ghost, dressed in a dark naval coat, has been seen pacing angrily among the graves, muttering curses about lost ships and betrayal. In the section known as the Cuban Memorial, people often feel sudden cold spots and smell cigar smoke, though no one is there. Some believe the spirits of Cuban revolutionaries buried here still mourn their homeland. The children's section brings sadness and fear together. Visitors hear laughter, see toys move on their own, and sometimes witness the ghostly figure of a small girl in a white dress wandering between headstones. One chilling tale tells of a black dog that appears before tragedy strikes. Locals say it guards a specific grave, warning intruders to stay away. And near the old Spanish graves, ghost hunters record mysterious chanting in an unknown language, believed to be the prayers of the dead. Today, the Key West Cemetery remains a haunting reminder that in Florida's paradise, even the dead refuse to rest. Number 3. Spook Hill. In the small town of Lake Wales, Florida, lies Spook Hill, a mysterious stretch of road where cars seem to roll uphill on their own. This strange optical illusion has puzzled scientists for years, but locals believe it's something far darker. Known as one of the most haunted places in Florida, Spook Hill carries eerie legends of ghosts, curses, and supernatural forces that defy logic. Beneath the Sunshine State's beauty hides this chilling and magnetic mystery. One of the oldest tales tells of a Native American chief who fought a giant alligator to protect his tribe. Both died on the hill, and their spirits are said to battle even now. Visitors claim to hear splashing sounds, drums beating, and ghostly roars echoing through the night. Another haunting story speaks of a wagon driver from the 1800s who vanished while traveling over the hill. His ghostly horse and wagon are sometimes seen climbing the slope on foggy evenings, leaving deep hoof marks that disappear within seconds. Many visitors have seen a glowing mist that floats across the road at midnight. Some say it takes the shape of a human face. Others feel it wrap around their car like icy fog, whispering their names before vanishing. One terrifying legend tells of a lost school bus that never reached its destination. Locals claim to hear children's laughter and cries on quiet nights, and cars parked at the base of the hill sometimes roll backward as if unseen hands are pushing them. Another tale tells of a wandering spirit in white, believed to be the widow of a man who died mysteriously here. Her glowing figure appears at sunset, forever waiting. Today, Spook Hill stands as a chilling reminder that even in sunny Florida, the supernatural can't be explained, only feared. Number 4. Spanish Military Hospital Museum. In the historic heart of St. Augustine, Florida, stands the Spanish Military Hospital Museum, a place where medicine met mystery, and where many never left alive. Once a functioning hospital during the 1700s and 1800s, it treated soldiers and townspeople with primitive tools and painful surgeries. Today, this charming old building hides a chilling truth. It is one of Florida's most haunted places, echoing with the cries of those who suffered within its walls. The first haunting tale is of a surgeon's ghost who still roams the old operating room. Visitors have reported hearing metallic clinks, the sound of surgical tools moving on their own, and even ghostly whispers saying, "Hold still." His spirit seems trapped, endlessly repeating the painful surgeries of the past. Another ghostly figure often seen is a nurse in a white apron who appears near patient beds. She's known for her kind but sorrowful face, tending to invisible patients, then fading into the cold air. One of the most terrifying stories tells of a wounded soldier whose cries echo through the corridors at night. People claim to hear moaning and footsteps dragging across the floor, as if he's still fighting to survive. In the old apothecary room, bottles rattle and herbs scatter without reason. Many believe it's the work of a mischievous spirit of a former healer who still tries to prepare remedies from beyond the grave. Visitors also report a woman's faint singing from the courtyard, believed to be the spirit of a grieving wife who waited for her husband to return. He never did. And deep inside, cold spots and ghostly shadows follow guests, leaving them breathless. Today, the Spanish Military Hospital Museum stands as a chilling monument to Florida's dark medical past, where history and haunting forever intertwine. Number 5. The Casa Monica Hotel. In the heart of historic St. Augustine stands the grand and elegant Casa Monica Hotel, one of Florida's oldest and most haunted landmarks. Built in 1888, its Moorish-style towers and arched windows hide more than luxury. They conceal over a century of tragedy, mystery, and ghostly presence. Once a place for wealthy travelers, the hotel now draws not just guests, but restless spirits from the past who refuse to leave its haunted halls. One of the most famous hauntings is that of a bride who never made it to her wedding. She is often seen in a long white gown, wandering the 4th floor, her reflection appearing in mirrors before vanishing into thin air. Guests hear soft sobbing and the faint rustle of silk near room 411. Another ghostly tale speaks of a bellhop from the early 1900s who died suddenly on duty. His cheerful whistle can still be heard in the hallways late at night, and some visitors claim to see the elevator moving on its own when no one is inside. In the grand lobby, chandeliers swing lightly without reason, and ghostly footsteps echo on the marble floor. Staff members report hearing faint piano music playing from the empty lounge at midnight. The basement, once used for storage and secret tunnels, is said to be home to a dark shadow figure. Workers describe feeling watched and hearing heavy breathing in the dark. On the 3rd floor, guests have felt cold hands brushing against their shoulders and seen glowing orbs drifting near the walls. And finally, in the courtyard, a woman in 19th century clothing has been seen gazing up at the stars before disappearing into the night. Today, the Casa Monica Hotel remains a jewel of St. Augustine, where elegance and the echoes of the dead walk side by side. Number 6. The Coral Castle. Hidden in Homestead, Florida, stands the mysterious Coral Castle, one of the most fascinating and haunted places in the Sunshine State. Built single-handedly by Edward Leeds Scanlon between 1923 and 1951, the massive stone structure was carved from over 1,000 tons of coral rock. Ed built it secretly at night, claiming to know the secrets of the pyramids. Though it's a masterpiece of mystery and love, many believe dark forces and restless spirits still linger among its stone walls. The first haunting tale is that of Edward himself. Visitors say his ghost still guards the castle, appearing as a faint shadow near the gate. Some have heard his soft voice whispering, "Sweet 16," the name of the woman who broke his heart and inspired the castle's creation. Another story tells of strange humming sounds that echo through the air at night. Paranormal investigators believe these are remnants of the mysterious energy Ed used to move the heavy stones, an energy that continues to pulse through the ground. Tourists often report floating lights gliding above the castle's towers. Many think these glowing orbs are the souls of workers or ancient spirits drawn to Ed's mysterious invention. In the Moon Fountain area, visitors feel sudden drops in temperature and smell Ed's favorite tobacco scent. Some even claim to see his ghostly handprint appear on the coral walls. A chilling story involves a little boy's laughter heard near the rocking chair. Locals say the chair moves gently on its own, as if an unseen child is playing there. At night, whispers and footsteps echo through the courtyard, though no one is there. Today, Coral Castle remains a haunting wonder of Florida, a monument of love, mystery, and the supernatural that defies explanation. Number 7. The Fort East Martello Museum. In the tropical paradise of Key West, Florida, stands the eerie Fort East Martello Museum, one of the most haunted places in the Sunshine State. Built in the 1860s as a Civil War fortress, the fort never saw battle, but it became home to something far more terrifying, the supernatural. Behind its old brick walls, ghostly presences linger, and chilling stories have made this museum a magnet for ghost hunters around the world. The most famous spirit here is Robert the Doll, a handmade toy once belonging to a young boy named Robert Eugene Otto. Legend says the doll moves, giggles, and even changes expression. Those who disrespect it by not asking permission before taking photos often face bad luck, accidents, or illness soon after leaving. Another ghostly tale tells of a soldier who died during construction. Visitors report seeing his apparition walking along the walls at dusk, still guarding the fort as if his duty never ended. His boots echo through the corridors long after closing hours. In the basement tunnels, staff have heard chains dragging and voices whispering their names. Some believe these are the spirits of prisoners once held here during the war. The art gallery section is haunted by the ghost of a painter whose work remains on display. Guests have seen his shadow move behind the paintings and smelled oil paint in empty rooms. A chilling story tells of a crying woman who roams near the Old Cannon area, believed to be mourning a lost lover who never returned from war. Visitors also describe cold spots and sudden laughter near the main entrance, where no one stands. Today, the Fort East Martello Museum remains a chilling symbol of Florida's haunted history, where art, war, and restless spirits forever intertwine. Number 8. The Apollo 1 Launch Complex, 34. On the windswept coast of Cape Canaveral, Florida, stands the solemn and eerie Apollo 1 Launch Complex, 34, a place of both triumph and tragedy. Once a proud symbol of American space exploration, it is now remembered as the site of one of NASA's darkest days, the Apollo 1 fire of 1967, where 3 astronauts, Gus Grissom, Ed White, and Roger Chaffee, perished during a pre-flight test. Today, the ruins of the launch pad remain a chilling memorial and one of Florida's most haunted places. Many visitors claim to hear the voices of the 3 astronauts whispering through the ocean wind. Late at night, their names are said to echo softly across the pad, as if they are still calling to mission control. Some witnesses even reported seeing ghostly figures in white suits glowing faintly under the moonlight. Another haunting tale involves the smell of burning plastic and smoke that appears suddenly, only to vanish seconds later. Engineers who visit the site say it feels like reliving that tragic day, as though time itself replays the disaster. Security guards have reported seeing flashing lights on the launch tower, though the power has long been disconnected. Some believe these are signals from the spirits of the lost crew, trying to complete their mission. Visitors have also felt sudden temperature drops and heavy pressure in the chest, as if struggling for air, mirroring what the astronauts might have felt in their final moments. One chilling story tells of an unseen hand touching shoulders during tours, followed by the faint words, "We never left." Today, Launch Complex 34 stands silent under the Florida sky, a haunted monument where bravery met tragedy, and the spirits of Apollo 1 still reach for the stars. Number 9. Pensacola Lighthouse and Museum. Standing tall over the Gulf Coast, the Pensacola Lighthouse and Museum is one of the oldest and most haunted landmarks in Florida. Built in 1859, this black and white tower has witnessed shipwrecks, wars, and tragedies that have left their marks in more ways than one. Though it offers breathtaking ocean views, its spiral staircase and keeper's quarters tell darker tales. Beneath its charm lies one of the most haunted places in the Sunshine State, where restless spirits still climb the stairs they once called home. The most famous ghost here is the wife of a lighthouse keeper, murdered inside the keeper's house in the late 1800s. Visitors often see her shadowy figure gliding up the staircase or hear her angry footsteps following them to the top. Her presence brings an icy chill and the faint scent of old perfume. Another haunting story tells of a young boy who fell from the tower while playing. His laughter echoes through the halls, and some guests have seen small handprints appear on fogged windows, though no child is nearby. In the basement, workers report tools moving by themselves and lights flickering violently. Paranormal experts believe a former mechanic still lingers there, fixing what he can in the afterlife. The lantern room is said to glow on its own even when the power is off. Many claim to see a mysterious figure standing by the lens, gazing out to sea, as if still guiding lost sailors home. One chilling tale involves a sailor's ghost, drenched in seawater, knocking on the door late at night. When opened, no one is there. Today, the Pensacola Lighthouse and Museum remains a beacon of history and haunting, where every step upward takes you deeper into Florida's ghostly past. Number 10. The Miami City Cemetery. Hidden in the heart of busy downtown Miami lies the eerie and forgotten Miami City Cemetery, the oldest graveyard in the city and one of the most haunted places in the Sunshine State. Founded in 1897, it holds more than a century of buried history, pioneers, soldiers, victims of epidemics, and lost souls from every walk of life. Beneath the tropical palm trees, shadows move among the graves and strange whispers float through the humid night air. The first terrifying story is of a weeping woman dressed in black, believed to be mourning her husband who died in the 1918 flu epidemic. Visitors often hear her sobs and see her kneeling at a tomb before fading away when approached. Another tale speaks of a Civil War soldier's ghost that guards the Confederate section. Witnesses have seen him standing tall in uniform, saluting silently before vanishing into the misty night. In the children's area, small toys sometimes move on their own, and the laughter of unseen children echoes across the graves. Locals say these are the restless spirits of youngsters who died from yellow fever long ago. Near the Masonic section, ghost hunters report blue orbs floating between headstones. Some believe these lights are the spirits of Freemasons continuing their secret rituals in the afterlife. One haunting story involves a gravedigger's ghost, said to roam the cemetery at dawn. His lantern glows faintly as he digs invisible graves, then disappears into the earth. Visitors have also reported cold spots and sudden gusts of wind near the oldest mausoleums, where some graves have mysteriously shifted over time. Today, the Miami City Cemetery stands as a silent reminder that even in a vibrant, modern city, the dead still whisper beneath the palm trees of Florida's haunted soil. Number 11. Richey Suncoast Theater. In the quiet town of Newport Richey, Florida, stands the historic Richey Suncoast Theater, a charming 1920s playhouse that once filled the streets with laughter and music. But when the stage lights go dark, the theater transforms into one of the most haunted places in the Sunshine State. Beneath its velvet curtains and wooden balconies linger the ghosts of performers, stagehands, and audience members who refuse to leave their final show behind. The most well-known haunting is that of a former actress named Catherine, who died suddenly during a performance in the 1930s. Her spirit still roams the balcony, watching rehearsals, and whispering lines from her final play. Actors have felt a gentle hand on their shoulder before hearing a woman's soft voice say, "The show must go on." Another ghostly tale involves a stagehand crushed by falling scenery. His footsteps echo behind the stage, and tools often move or disappear overnight. Staff say they sometimes hear hammering when the theater is completely empty. Audience members have reported seeing a man in an old tuxedo sitting in the front row. He applauds after performances but vanishes when the lights come up. Some believe he was a devoted theater critic who never missed a show, even in death. In the dressing rooms, mirrors fog mysteriously and faint singing fills the air. One performer once saw her reflection blink when she stood perfectly still. A ghostly child's laughter is often heard near the lobby staircase, where a young boy reportedly fell to his death decades ago. Late at night, security guards hear piano music playing from the stage, though the piano hasn't been tuned in years. Today, the Richey Suncoast Theater stands as a haunted masterpiece, where the curtain never truly falls, and the ghosts still crave an encore. Number 12. The Cuban Club. The Cuban Club in Ybor City, Tampa, stands as one of Florida's most haunted places, where the echoes of music, laughter, and tragedy from the early 1900s never seem to fade. Built in 1917, the building once served as a vibrant social center for Cuban immigrants, a place of dances, plays, and political meetings. But beneath its elegance lies a history soaked in sorrow, anger, and death, leaving behind spirits that still wander its old theater and corridors. One of the most well-known spirits is that of an actor who was tragically shot on stage during a heated argument. His shadowy figure has been seen rehearsing alone, the sound of ghostly applause following his phantom performance. In another chilling tale, a pianist who mysteriously died in the building is said to still play faint, sorrowful melodies late at night when no one is around. The notes echo through the empty ballroom, freezing the air with sadness. Visitors have also reported seeing a young boy who fell to his death on the staircase. His playful laughter can still be heard, followed by the sound of small footsteps running across the marble floors. In the basement, security guards refuse to go alone after dark. Lights flicker, doors slam, and cold spots linger as if someone unseen is watching. A ghostly woman dressed in a 1920s gown has been seen walking the balconies, her perfume filling the air before she vanishes. Some believe she's a heartbroken lover waiting for a man who never returned. Another terrifying story tells of a janitor who died in a tragic accident. His spirit still roams the halls, angrily slamming doors and throwing objects when disturbed. The Cuban Club's haunting legacy makes it one of Tampa's darkest treasures, a place where history and the supernatural blend in an eerie dance that never ends. Number 13. The Plaza Resort and Spa. The Plaza Resort and Spa in Daytona Beach is not only one of Florida's most luxurious oceanfront hotels, but also one of its most haunted. Built in the early 1900s, the Grand Resort has welcomed countless guests over the decades, yet some of them never checked out. Beneath its sunny exterior lies a history filled with tragedy, heartbreak, and restless spirits that continue to haunt the long hallways and elegant rooms to this day. One of the most famous spirits is said to be a woman in white, believed to be a bride who took her own life after being left at the altar. Guests have reported seeing her crying near the ocean view windows, her reflection fading as they approach. In another eerie story, a soldier who stayed at the hotel during World War II is said to roam the upper floors, his boots echoing in empty corridors, as if still searching for his lost love. A former hotel maid is also rumored to haunt room 611, where she tragically died while working. Guests who sleep there have felt invisible hands tucking them in or heard soft humming late at night. In the ballroom, staff members often hear ghostly laughter and music, as though the spirits of past parties are still celebrating beneath the chandeliers. One chilling tale tells of a young boy who drowned near the beach in the 1920s. His wet footprints sometimes appear in the hotel lobby with no one nearby. Another terrifying story speaks of cold breeze sweeping through locked rooms, accompanied by the faint scent of perfume from a long-dead guest. The Plaza Resort and Spa remains a place of beauty and mystery, where luxury meets lingering spirits, proof that some guests truly never leave paradise behind. Number 14. St. Augustine Old Jail Museum. The St. Augustine Old Jail Museum in St. Augustine, Florida, is one of the Sunshine State's most chilling and haunted landmarks. Built in 1891, this fortress-like structure once held some of the most dangerous criminals in the region. Behind its thick iron bars and cold stone walls, the screams of prisoners, the clang of chains, and the echoes of suffering created an energy that never left. Today, visitors say those tortured souls still linger in the shadows. One of the most well-known spirits is that of Sheriff Joe Perry, who once ruled the jail with an iron hand. Some claim his stern figure still patrols the corridors, inspecting cells and watching over his old domain. In another frightening tale, visitors have reported seeing the ghost of a prisoner wrongly accused of murder. His spirit is said to wail from his former cell, pleading his innocence in the dead of night. A third story tells of a woman who came to visit her husband before his execution, but was later found dead herself. Her sobs can still be heard echoing through the visitation area. The gallows, where many met their end, are especially haunted. Tourists often feel sudden chills or see the faint outline of a noose swing, though there's no wind. A dark entity, described as a tall shadow with glowing eyes, is said to lurk in the basement where prisoners once suffered in isolation. Paranormal teams have captured strange voices and cold spots in this area. Another haunting tale speaks of a guard who was ambushed and killed by inmates. His heavy footsteps are still heard during nighttime tours. The St. Augustine Old Jail stands as a chilling reminder of Florida's darker past, a place where the echoes of crime and punishment still haunt every creaking door and rusted cell. Number 15. Biltmore Hotel. The Biltmore Hotel in Coral Gables is one of Florida's most elegant landmarks. Yet beneath its luxurious beauty lies a dark and haunted past. Built in 1926, the Grand Hotel once welcomed celebrities, politicians, and soldiers, but it has also witnessed death, tragedy, and mystery. Over the decades, the Biltmore has become one of the Sunshine State's most haunted places, where the spirits of the past still walk its marble halls and glamorous ballrooms. One of the most famous ghosts is that of gangster Thomas "Fatty" Walsh, who was shot and killed during a card game on the 13th floor in 1929. Guests still report seeing his shadowy figure near the old speakeasy, whispering curses or slamming doors in anger. In another story, a woman in white is said to wander the hallways crying for her lost lover, her perfume lingering long after she disappears into thin air. During World War II, the hotel was used as a military hospital. Some nurses and patients who died there never left. Visitors claim to hear footsteps, wheelchairs moving, and voices calling out for help in the old hospital wing. A ghostly soldier has also been seen standing guard in the corridors, vanishing when approached. The elevator is another source of terror. Some guests report it moving on its own, stopping at the 13th floor even when it's sealed off. A chilling presence often follows, accompanied by whispers and sudden drops in temperature. One more haunting tale tells of a little girl seen playing in the lobby late at night. She giggles softly, then disappears into the walls. The Biltmore Hotel remains a stunning symbol of Florida's past, where beauty and tragedy are forever intertwined, and the echoes of the dead still haunt its timeless halls. Number 16. Anna Maria Island Beach. Anna Maria Island Beach, on Florida's stunning Gulf Coast, may look like a peaceful paradise with its white sands and turquoise waters, but as night falls, it becomes one of the most haunted places in the Sunshine State. Beneath the sound of crashing waves lie tales of shipwrecks, lost love, and restless spirits that refuse to leave this beautiful yet eerie island. One of the most chilling legends is that of Maria, the Spanish woman for whom the island is said to be named. She still searches for her sailor husband, who drowned in a storm centuries ago. Locals have seen her glowing figure walking along the shore, her sorrowful cries echoing through the night breeze. Another haunting story tells of a fisherman who vanished during a hurricane in the early 1900s. His ghostly lantern light is still seen bobbing on the waves, guiding lost boats to safety, then vanishing without a trace. A third tale speaks of a young bride who drowned on her wedding day. Beachgoers have reported seeing her wet, ghostly form sitting near the water, holding flowers that never wilt. In the mangroves, some visitors hear the faint singing of children who died in a boating accident long ago. Their laughter drifts through the trees before fading into silence. Another legend tells of a phantom sailor who appears near the old piers, dripping wet and whispering for help before dissolving into mist. Even beach houses on the island report paranormal activity. Lights flicker, doors slam, and the scent of seawater fills rooms with no windows open. Anna Maria Island Beach is a place of breathtaking beauty. But beneath its tranquil surface lies a haunting past that reminds visitors that even paradise can have its ghosts.